Talk about a Freudian slip.
So I don't. But they are saying there are less Mexicans crossing the border, though. But it doesn't mean there are not a lot of people. But they're also,
Well, but that's what the Republicans are talking about. They're talking about Mexicans, and what I was trying to say was the numbers are substantially down.
Yeah, but as I said, but we're not talking.
Mexico,
But I said all along, it's the Mexican border that you have the problem with. It's not necessarily the Mexicans. All the people that are crossing the border illegal that are coming to the United States.
Coming in, they're not. They're coming in through the Texas border. They're not coming through any other border right now. I bet you didn't know that.
Coming in through Brownsville. Brownsville in East New York and Brooklyn.
Yeah. I don't know where they're coming through. That I will say that it doesn't say. But the whole point is that there's still quite a few coming through every day.
Oh yeah, I mean there's illegal aliens all over. My neighborhood alone, where I live in Staten Island, I can tell you right now. On one side, my block alone, I feel like I'm living in the Middle East. 2 or 3 blocks down, because I don't live too far from the Staten Island Mall. And in that vicinity alone over there, it's all Central America. There's not even, at one time it was all like Spanish. It was people from Puerto Rico. It was people from the Cubans. You don't see that anymore. All you see are people from Central America. The laundromat that I go to, it's all that. And it just amazes me. Just really amazes me how my neighborhood here changed so much. This neighborhood used to be all Jewish and Italian, and now it's just,
that's
like I said,
they're all going to Jersey.
They're not even in Jersey anymore. I don't even know where people are anymore. I really don't.
Well,
when I lived in Florida, and I lived in Coral Springs, it was all Central America. No Cubans. When I went to Miami, I went looking for Cubans. Little Havana is not as big as what everybody thinks. The Cuban population down there is like a minority. It's all Central America, and it's all Vietnamese people. I was amazed. And like I said, my neighborhood here, my whole block, my whole length of my block, I'm telling you, is Middle East.
All right, one more news topic. Who's the number 2 contender person that's running for president in the Republican Party right now is definitely...
Well, they say it's Trump.
Trump. And number 2 in the Democratic Party?
Oh, Bernie?
Bernie.
My boy Bernie.
They say he's drawing tremendous audiences wherever he goes.
If you listen to what he's saying, he is, voicing the opinion of, the common man. Earlier in the evening you played Fanfare for the Common Man, which is a classical piece, of music. Bernie Sanders is the fanfare for the common man. I mean, when you listen to him, does he stand a chance at all? Of course not. We all know that. But, he's out there and he's got a message, and he wants to make sure that people hear this message, and, he wants to make sure that there is no coronation with Hillary. That Hillary has to learn that there are other people other than Wall Street and the bankers. There's the ordinary person. If there's a primary in New York, Bernie is definitely getting my vote. I know he's not going to win. Okay.
What do you mean if? Of course there's going to be a primary. Why
I
wouldn't
was
there
going
be
to say there was always a primary in New York.
He doesn't have to put his name into nomination in New York. He doesn't have to run in a primary in New York. He will probably, but you
if
know,
he wants to vote, he definitely will.
Yeah, but he knows he's not going to win. All right. What he's doing is he's paving the way, basically, for the future. All right. The future of the Progressive Party and the Democratic Party is Elizabeth Warren. Okay? Now, you also have a more centrist Democrat, would be Amy Klobuchar from Minnesota, Kirsten Gillibrand from New York. I mean, these are people who, Gillibrand is a bit more of a centrist than Klobuchar, okay? And there are others as well.
Well, there's another guy that joined the race.
What?
Another Democrat joined the race.
Well, you have O'Malley, okay, who really was a Hillary supporter, okay? But, you know, the thing is, anybody who feels they have a message that they want to get out, you know, you get the signatures, and you could be a candidate for president. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. There's a guy from Virginia. Who's that?
That's O'Malley.
That's O'Malley from Virginia?
There's also Webb, who used to be Secretary of the Army under, is it Reagan? I think it was Reagan. He's a West Point graduate. He's an accomplished author. He's written like 10 or 11 books. You know, he's a bit more of a hawk like Hillary, okay, but he has a message, you know, and that's good for the party. You know, it's good when not one person is speaking for everybody. You know, I mean, just look at the Republican Party. You know, you've got about 14 people so far, and the list just keeps growing.
Yeah, everybody wants to be a Republican these days.
You know, so...
Well, you know, the people are waiting for Donald to fizzle out. They're saying he's
well, you know, he can afford to fund his own
he's another
campaign.
He's another 999.
No, he's got more substance than. Hey, listen. You know, the downfall of Herman Cain was, you know, when all these women started to come forward that he, you know, approached.
He was a philanderer.
You know, I mean, his wife supposedly didn't even know. And, well, the bottom line is that was his own undoing. Trump has nothing to hide. You know, he's been married 3 times. You know, I mean...
Well, a lot of Republicans are saying he's not really a Republican anyway.
Well, the one thing that
and the
Bernie,
Democrats don't want him neither.
The one thing that Bernie Sanders
So he'll run independently if nobody wants him.
He will not be an independent candidate, a third-party candidate for president, because he doesn't want to make it easy for the Republicans to steal the presidency away from the Democratic Party, the way Ralph Nader did in 2000. Ralph Nader ran, and because of Ralph Nader, okay, and the state of Florida, George Bush was elected president, and the stupid American people got just what they deserved because they elected him a second time. You know, there was more substance to his father than there was to him, and his father was only a one-term president.
Well,
okay? I mean, when you think, as I said earlier, when you think about how the country rallied around George Bush after 9/11, okay, and the way he just pissed all that away, dragged us into 2 wars. I don't even want to go into it again. Okay?
Well, we don't want to go into it neither. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost that bewitching hour for our show. So we're going to go ahead and
play a song or two.
Play a song, and then we're going to wish everybody a good night. We're going to thank Lisa for calling in.
Thank you for calling in, and we are glad that you're feeling stronger and getting better every day, and hope you keep getting good reports from the doctor, but Felix and I will be able to see firsthand on Saturday.
That's right. You will get to see me for the first time. Felix will get to see me for the second or third time.
Yep, I don't remember the second or third time.
I told him, I said, how you have certain preconceived ideas and notions as to what somebody looks like. As I said to in the doctor's office today, there were 2 gentlemen there. I had them in stitches. I was telling them that, talking about television, I said, I'd have to lose 15 pounds before I went on television just to look fat, because I would come across as morbidly obese.
Well, I hate to tell you, but we are, both of us. Anyway, clinically anyway. We are clinically morbidly obese, or at least obese anyway. Okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play now one of
Felix's favorites, huh?
Yep. Yeah, Lisa, if you want to listen to this, you're welcome to. If not, you can hang up. But here we go.